Welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars. This is Alexander speaking, your host, and I do have the pleasure to present you the PANERAI Radiomir Annual Calendar.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
In 2023, and we are reporting live from Watches and Wonders, PANERAI focuses very much on the Radiomir case, and they are in total presenting 4 new watches. If you want to be precise, there are 5, because the 8 giorni or 8 days features a brown and a blue dial, but we count 4 novelties. So if you are watching this video by coincidence as the first one, please be sure to also discover the other videos we have online on WatchAdvisor on YouTube to discover what PANERAI did on top of the 2 watches you see now on your screen. So this is the second part of the Italian course that PANERAI launched last year. You might remember the video that we taped last year of the perpetual calendar, and it was then when I said, okay, it's now time to learn Italian, because everything written on the perpetual calendar was in Italian. And if you look closely, now you do see the same thing here. They focus on having all the indications, and indications in this watch are months and days, and they are all written in Italian, including, of course, Calendario Annuale. You can see here, nicely displayed prominently on the dial. But the rest of everything you see here, I will quickly run you through and explain you what you see on this annual calendar. It is a 45mm case. What you see here is GoldTech. It's an own gold alloy, PANERAI developed, more scratch-resistant alloy, and it's rose gold, end of the day, but it is a 45mm case. The thickness, it is quite thick, yes. I think some of you already imagined by the first views on the watch that this is quite a thick watch, but it is due to the movement. The thickness is 16.3mm. And something that might be interesting for you, because these figures are not given so often. What do you think is the dimension of the dial only? From here, where I go with my pointer, to here. What is the dimension of that dial? Yeah, it's 35.9mm, so it's quite small. And now you can imagine, if you want to manufacture such a watch and you want to guarantee a certain readability, you need a certain size, but the dial itself from 12 down to 6 is 35.9mm. The watch features a prominently domed sapphire crystal, and if you look here in this angle where I'm showing it into the camera, you see this domed sapphire crystal, of course, adds thickness, but of course the thickness is measured not where the watch is thinner, but it is measured at the thickest point, and the thickest point is here in the middle of the glass, the sapphire crystal. It is domed. The thickness of that glass you see here, the sapphire crystal, is 2.1mm, so you already imagine that this is due to the fact that the case is waterproof up to 100 meters, and there's one integrated push piece here. This is needed to correct the day. Everything else is done through the crown, screw-down crown. So you unscrew the crown and then you do all manipulations through the crown. I will run you through this just in a second. I have been unscrewing the crown, pulling it out in the second position to readjust the hands in a smiley mode. So what do you see? It's an annual calendar. Annual calendar means, in contrast to a perpetual calendar, the watch will know everything in the length of 1 year. This is why the watch is called annual calendar. The watch will know if a month has 30 or 31 days and automatically adjust everything. But in February, you have to intervene, because the watch will not be able to change from the 28th or 29th to the 1st. This is not being programmed in an annual calendar. What do you see on the watch? Today is Monday, the 27th of March. It's the opening day of Watches and Wonders. And you can see here, lunedì, that's Monday, the 27th, and here it's Marzio. So you can read the date in one line, lunedì 27 Marzio, Monday, 27th of March. And on the outside of the dial, the so-called arow, you have the 12 months. Let's start in Gennaio. This is January, Febbraio, Marzo, March, Aprile, this is April. Then you have Maggio, this is May, Giugno, Luglio, Agosto, Settembre, Ottobre, Novembre, Dicembre. These are the Italian words from January to December. They're all displayed on the arow. So these are the Italian words you probably have to learn when you are wearing the watch, but it's easy. It's like, yeah, come on. It's easily done. You will like it because it's different, and yeah, it is PANERAI, so it is Italian. Also here, Calendario Annuale. Wearing the watch on a daily basis. Now, if you would actually start wearing the watch in March, you would have to do nothing. Just wear the watch. That's the only thing you have to do, is to wear it. The watch features a P9010/AC for Calendario Annuale, annual calendar. The watch features a 3 days power reserve. So on a normal basis, if you wear the watch, even if you take it off on the weekend, for instance, when you decide to wear another watch, you will have to do nothing. You just wear it and you just read the time and read the correct date. When it comes to do changes, I will now take, first of all, the Platinum version. This is GoldTech, you see here. This is a version that is not limited at all, sold through boutiques, but not limited, and the watch that comes into the picture now, the Platinum version, this is a version that is limited to 24 pieces only, as you see it. The dimensions, the sizes, everything are identical. The weight, of course, is a huge difference because this is platinum, it's a platinum case. So it's a much heavier watch. The difference to the version in GoldTech, this is, by the way, called PlatinumTech. The difference is limitation 24 pieces, and you book a whole package, including a trip to Rome. Maybe you remember last year, one of the perpetual calendars we showed you was also linked to an adventure or to a package, and it was in Florence where PANERAI took you. And if you buy this watch, you will be one of those that will participate in a one-of-a-kind adventure in Rome, the capital city of Italy. So I just picked up this watch to show you a little bit also the Platinum version. And what I will do now, I will show you how, in case you need to adjust the watch, what you are doing. First of all, that's pretty interesting, and I like this very much, is once you pull out the crown, the small seconds hand is jumping back to 0. Have you seen this? No. Then I will restart the watch once again. You see hacking seconds, yes. The second hand swipes over the dial. And if you need to do some adjustments to ease up the whole thing, it will automatically reset to 0, so you can get a time signal. And when the time signal says precisely 60 or 0, beep, then you press in and you restart. So what happens if I pull out, have you seen it? It jumped back to 0, and this helps you a lot to adjust the watch. So this is the position where you do your settings, hours and minutes, if necessary, and for all further adjustments. This is winding. Here in the first position, you can wind the watch, of course, and now I gently go to in the second position. And now we are in the so-called home time part of, or the home time setting. You can, without that the watch stops, and this is pretty useful when you travel, because what you see, the small second hand continues to swipe over the dial. The precisely set minutes are not influenced, and if you travel and you need to do some adjustments because you have been arriving in another time zone, you have another zone time, and due to the deviation you have there, depending on where you go forward and backward and you do adjustments. But, here comes also the interesting part, seeing that you do all the adjustments. And here it is when it gets a little bit tricky, because if you need to do some adjustments with the month, what you have to do is what you exactly see what I'm doing now. You really have to continue turning and turning and turning this crown. Once we continue to turn, you will see the 27th, the 28th. Yeah, this is what you have to do. It's not a joke. The There's no quick adjustment of the month. You don't have any quick corrected or something. You have to do it for the crown and watch now what's happening. 31st, yes, and then now we're changing to April, and only now, have you seen, it has jumped. So this is quite annoying or quite tricky or quite challenging, because imagine we want to set to August. Okay, we have to continue, turn. We only arrived at the 4th, and some minutes are passing on your screen. So this is, yes, you have to love the watch. You really have to go a little bit, you take your time. Yeah? Maybe you drink a good glass of wine, or champagne, or a glass of whiskey, whatever you like, and then you sit down and you do these adjustments. You can't do it differently than I have been showing it to you. But it helps when you are wearing the watch all year long. Arriving at end of February, you will only quickly have to correct the date. And of course, then the day is wrong. And this is why they have been adding this corrector. And when you push in here, you see, look, you're changing. Lunedì, martedì, mercoledì, giovedì, venerdì, sabato, domenica, lunedì. These are the Italian words for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, domenica, and lunedì. So then you can do the readjustment of the date. But coming back to it, for the adjustments of the month, there is no other way of doing it than by turning either forward or backward. This is also something you should clearly see, that you can turn back, and I'm showing this. So you believe me, I'm going back to March now. We are arriving at the 1st of April. Going back will push back everything to March, and we're back in March. But this is what you have to do when you are changing the months. You unscrew second position and you have to go through, and yeah, there is no other way of doing it. Let me turn around the watch so you can admire the PANERAI automatic caliber P9010/annual calendar AC, or in Italian CA Calendario Annuale. It's a 4 Hz movement, 28,800 semi-oscillations, 3 days of power reserve, and automatic movement featuring 2 barrels that are charged, and the entire movement is composed of 316 316 components. So there is no difference in between the movement being used in the red gold version. You can see it is hallmarked with the engraving here. It says gold 750, hallmarked. You have PANERAI, you have some reference numbers, serial numbers, you have the fish indicating that the watch is waterproof 100 meters. And yes, the type is a Radiomir. We all know that it's visible, the cushion-shaped form, the watch that was in the early days a military secret and so on. If you are keen to learn more about that, please watch one of our other 2 videos where we do present you the Radiomir California and the Radiomir 8 days, 8 giorni. In the beginning of these videos, I quickly resume the history of that watch. I don't want to repeat everything in this video again. Please watch these 2 videos and you will get more information about where the watch comes from, etc., etc. Showing you the case back of the platinum version. Of course, you have indicated here hallmark that it is Platinum 950 PT. Then PANERAI, of course, serial numbers, reference numbers, the fish, 100 meters, and Radiomir. Same movement, the 9010P, 9010, with the module that is set on top and the discs to display prominently the day and the date. And I personally think it was a very, very smart decision of PANERAI not to use subdials or subcounters, because mostly with watches with subcounters, you can't read anything from those dials. So here it is really logical. You have the March, Marzio, then you have the day and the month. And this is really easy because it's reading as you do it in life. It's just one line and you read everything. So nicely done, I have to say. Still want to show you the nicely alligator strap. Measures 27 and it tapers down in the folding clasp to 22 millimeters. It's a new folding clasp. The first time use here. It's a new design folding clasp, butterfly folding clasp. You press on 2 push pieces. Of course, you have to have a security that it doesn't open up too easily. Brand new type of butterfly folding clasp that will be now standard with these watches. You click here, and then it's closed. So tapering down from 27 to 22 millimeter. Did I convince you to learn Italian after watching the presentation of the new Radiomir Annual Calendar? I think so. It's not too difficult, come on. These few days and months you have to learn. It's not so difficult now, come on. Okay, I think it's worth. I like it very much. The PANERAI really goes back to its roots. It's an Italian brand, was founded in Italy, in Florence. And why not having these things being written in Italian on the dials? Why not? And there will be no other version. This is also something I wanted to mention. So it's not the Italian version you're seeing here, and you will have a version for your country in your language you're talking. This will not be the case. This watch will only be sold as you see it on your screen. The red gold or GoldTech version is unlimited, available only through PANERAI boutiques. You will not be able to buy the watch through a PANERAI authorized dealer, only through PANERAI boutiques. This GoldTech version is not limited and will be sold for 40,000 euro, including 19% VAT, German VAT. The PlatinumTech version, the Platinum version, will be sold for 90,000 euro, including 19% VAT. But this includes an adventure package, and you will be meeting exclusively 23 other people from around the world that have been buying the watch. 24 only will be there. So if you buy one, 23 others will show up to the event, and you will meet some, I think, incredible people during such an event. And it will be the CEO himself, of course, Jean-Marc Pontroé, who will be part of your experience. And I think what they have been putting together is still a secret. I don't know it yet, but it will be an amazing adventure in the capital city of Rome. So 90,000 euros for the Platinum version, limited strictly to 24 pieces, also only available through a PANERAI boutique. Thanks for watching another video on WatchAdvisor on YouTube, where the watches are the stars. You clearly only saw watches on your screens. This is a little bit of a difference. Some other colleagues like to jump around in front of the camera, and some are even peacocks there. I like it or I don't like it, it's up to you. And we prefer to show you the watches. Thanks for watching WatchAdvisor on YouTube. Recommend us to all watch aficionados who really like watches. And of course, stay tuned on our channel and discover all the things we are presenting you here from Watches and Wonders 2023 from Geneva. Bye-bye.